Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you've got a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. I do want to encourage you to check out our other podcast. In particular, we're highlighting the amazing world of radio over at amazing.greatdetectives.net, where tomorrow we're getting underway with our summer series, The Batman Villains of Old Time Radio, a 13-week series highlighting the work of the talented performers who played Batman villains on the 1966 TV series and the work they did in old time radio. And we'll also review one episode in which they appeared. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out, amazing.greatdetectives.net, and all of our podcasts, you can find them over at Great Detectives homepage at greatdetectives.net. Well, now we're going to turn to Bulldog Drummond. Well, the George Coulouris series, Bulldog Drummond, ran for 27 weeks and ended in March of 1942. And from best we can find out, Santos Ortega took over the lead role in a 42-week series that began most likely on May 25th of 1942. Now, of course, it should be said that we have heard Santos Ortega in a lot of supporting roles. He was in things like the New York version of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar, and we've heard a few episodes where he's played the lead. Most recently in Michael Piper, Private Detective. But we just don't have much luck with the series in which he played the lead role. And the same is true of Bulldog Drummond. But we do have an episode or two to share with you, and we're going to go ahead and start out with this one. Original air date is September 14th, 1942, and the title is Blind Man's Bluff.
Out of the fog, out of the night, and into his American adventures comes Bulldog Drummond. Horton's Ice Cream, New York's favorite, brings you your favorite detective adventurer, Bulldog Drummond, in another of his exciting escapades. For adventure and excitement, keep this rendezvous with Bulldog Drummond every week. And for refreshment in between times, enjoy Horton's Ice Cream. And now to tell you about tonight's adventure, here's Bulldog Drummond.
The adventure I call Blind Man's Bluff dealt with a series of gruesome murders. It is not one I am likely to forget. Nor can I, even now, look at a lamb chop without a shudder and a feeling of deep gratitude. Here's the lamb chop. But to our story, which begins late one night on the streets of a large city.
Read all about it. Capsulate papers. Here, get your papers. How'd you make out today, Sam?
Miserable, my boy, miserable. Everybody's in a hurry. Wouldn't stop to give a penny to a poor blind beggar.
Well, it's getting kind of late. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. Better pack up your tin cup and go on home and get some sleep.
Yes, it's a miserable. Good night, my boy.
See you tomorrow.
Miserable.
Hello, Sam.
Huh? Who's that?
Keep on walking.
Let go of my arm.
Shut up. Right up this alley now.
I won't go.
I got a terrible itch in the trigger finger, Sam.
I didn't do anything. I'm just poor old
You're
Sam.
too nosy.
Oh, you're making a
I
mistake.
don't like taking chances. It don't pay.
But I won't talk.
Sure, you won't. You are still nosy, Sam.
Denny? We're on our way to the morgue. Take a look at the corpse of a poor beggar who shouldn't have been killed, but was. Now, don't you think that's confusing enough without this chatter about reincarnation?
Oh, but really, sir, it's very simple. For example, let us assume I was a turtle dove in my previous incarnation, sir.
All right, if you insist.
Now, if I were a very good turtle dove...
I'm sure you were, Denny.
Well, I would then, as a reward, become a man in my next incarnation.
You did, didn't you?
Well, definitely, as you see, sir.
This is the morgue now. They're expecting us.
Really, sir?
Relax, Denny. As visitors, not guests.
Yes?
I'm Captain Drummond.
Yes, they told me you were coming. Want to take a look at that stiff they brought in last night?
That's one way of putting it.
Well, you come in on this side. Dame's on the other. Respectable.
Oh, it's quite chilly, isn't it?
The customers don't complain. Take this guy you can see. Look at him. Peaceful. Like a baby, ain't he? No trouble at all.
Yes. Except that babies rarely have bullet holes in them.
Well, those things happen. Boys will be boys.
I used to see him every day at his post opposite the Merchant Marine building. Why on earth should anyone want to kill him?
The root of all evil, pal. Must have had dough on him. See this snazzy wallet was found on him? No folding money in it.
Doesn't fit. Your wallet? What else was on the body?
Oh, assorted junk. Ball of twine. Jackknife. Pack of butts. Matches. Piece of chamois. 38 cents in cash and the cap off a beer bottle.
Oh, sir, there he lies today, and tomorrow, a bird, a bee.
Hey, mister, something basically wrong with your friend. You get started on those birds and bees.
No, there's nothing wrong with him. But there is something wrong. Seriously wrong, somewhere. Come along, Denny. Yes, I know. The district gun is very busy, but I must see him immediately.
Drummond, I didn't know you were here. Come in. How are you?
Worried?
I'm glad you dropped by. I'm worried, too.
Yes?
Yes, an important government office was robbed last night, and the guard was murdered.
At the Merchant Marine building?
Oh, yes. How did you know? The newspapers don't have it.
I didn't know.
Sailing schedules of several convoys were stolen from the Marine Commission files. You know what that means?
Submarines. Murder on the high seas.
We've got to get those schedules back. It looks like an inside job. Usually the building is well protected. But they picked the one time in 24 hours when only a single guard was on duty.
Inside job? No, I don't think so.
Well, I'm going over to see Chandler, the Commissioner of Buildings. Will you come with me?
If I can be of help?
We've got to be, Drummond. There are men on ships at sea at this very moment who will die if we don't succeed.
Yes, sir. I'm Captain Drummond. Mr. Chandler is expecting the district attorney myself.
Come in. Wait a minute. The district attorney and another guy. Show them in.
Oh, down, Rex, down. Don't worry, gentlemen. The dog's harmless.
They're a beautiful animal.
A seeing-eye dog. I don't know what I'd do without him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't...
Yes, I'm blind. But I manage.
I took the liberty of bringing Captain Drummond along, Chandler. He may be able to help us.
I sincerely hope so. We need help. This last tragedy frightens me. I was at the building myself last night, you know.
So I was told.
Rather fortunate for me, I can't see, isn't it? The perfect alibi.
If you needed one, of course. The butler's a rather peculiar type, isn't he?
Oh, he's not a butler at all, Captain Drummond. He's a bodyguard. I felt I needed one.
A wise precaution.
What was that?
Someone put the lights out.
In the corner behind me, I can hear him breathe. Captain Drummond, look the window.
Chair, where's that light switch? That's better. Jay?
I'm all right.
Chandler?
All right, Drummond. I crouched under the chair.
Yes, unfortunate you did. There are 2 bullet holes in the back of your chair.
Good heavens. Which way did he go?
Too late to look for him now. Close escape you had, Chandler.
Yes. I can hardly realize why.
What's been happening?
Someone tried to kill Mr. Chandler. You better keep a close watch.
Oh, yes, sure.
Well, we may as well go, D.A. I don't think he'll be making another attempt tonight.
Well, I hope you're right. Good night, Chandler. Don't bother. We'll find our own way out. Good night.
Oh, those shots.
Yes, boss?
They came pretty close. Would you happen to know anything about them?
Me, boss? I don't know nothing.
Yes, of course.
Look, I better scram, boss.
If you must.
Yeah, I got a job to do tonight. A good deed.
Well, in that case, my blessings.
Yeah, boss. Thanks for them kind words. I'll remember them just when I'm laying down to sleep tonight. After I put somebody else to sleep. Like Sam. Hiya, fella.
Huh?
It's time for you to go home, ain't it?
I'm waiting for my wife. She takes me home. Do I know you?
I don't think so. I live down the block from you, but on account I never spoke to you and you being blind, I guess you don't. But I'm taking you home tonight. Your wife ain't feeling so good.
She ain't hurt you?
No. Come on. You've been on this corner a long time, ain't you? Across from the criminal court building.
Yes, long time.
You know, I was kind of thinking beginning tomorrow you ought to pick yourself a different corner.
Different? What are you talking about?
I figure it might save you a lot of trouble.
I'm sorry, I didn't get this. You trying to scare me or something?
No, just trying to help a fellow out. Well, this is your block. Just hop across the street and there you are.
Yeah. I can find my way to the house, all right.
Go across while the coast is clear.
Thanks, mister. Say, ain't there a car coming?
Yeah, up the side street, not this one.
You sure?
What, do you think I am, blind?
Thanks. So long.
So long, fella. Stepped right in front of that car. Well, I guess he'll be on a different corner after all. Thiller continues on its trail of death. What is behind his fiendish slaughter of the helpless blind man? What is his connection with Chandler? In just a few moments, we'll know. You know, most of us usually look on a surprise as seeing something new, something different. And yet there are a few very familiar things that may serve as surprises. For example, when it comes to dessert surprises, any of you mothers would find this true.
There's no dessert my family has more often than ice cream. But there's something so extra good about it that we always look on it as a sort of surprise.
Yes, ice cream. It's so popular, it's earned the name of America's favorite dessert. Yet it's so refreshing and satisfying, it's always a welcome surprise. Particularly welcome, I might add, if it's Horton's Mellow Roll ice cream. For Horton's Mellow Roll is a generous, tempting individual portion of smooth, velvety ice cream. A treat that's tops in creamy texture, in mellow richness, in deep, full-bodied flavor. And Mellow Roll comes in 4 favorite flavors: vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and butter pecan. Try any one of them, and you'll agree that
the finest ice cream surprise you can give your family is Horton's Mellow Roll ice cream.
Yes, delicious, creamy Horton's Mellow Roll. Back to Bulldog Drummond and the deadly game of blind man's buff. The game of death in which 2 blind beggars have already been the losers. It is the morning following the second brutal murder. Drummond is finishing breakfast.
Another cup of coffee, please, Denny.
Very good, sir.
Very good coffee, Denny. Which is more than I can say for the bacon.
Oh, really, sir? It must have been a very bad pig. It will be punished, sir, in its next incarnation.
Yes, I certainly hope so. May turn into a Nazi.
Oh, very good, sir. Your morning paper.
Thank you. I say, Denny.
Yes, sir?
Another beggar was killed last night. Accidentally, according to the newspaper report.
It does seem strange, sir.
Killed by an automobile crossing the street. The feeling it all adds up to murder.
Oh, was his usual corner near a government building, sir?
Very good, Denny. You see. Yes. The report says his post is across the street in the criminal courts building.
The district attorney's up there.
Denny, the case is clearing up.
Rooten?
Yes. Both beggars were murdered. The first one after a crime had been committed. This last one before. They were both killed for much the same reason. Except that there was one important difference between them. One could, the other couldn't. Quite obvious.
Oh, yes, sir, quite. Huh? But could and couldn't what, sir?
The door, Denny.
Yes, sir. Yes? I see someone.
What is the name, please?
Never mind that. I ain't got much time.
What is it, Denny?
A newspaper person to see you, sir. A vendor.
Come in.
Very good, sir. This... Give me your hand, huh? I don't walk through it. Of course.
There you are. Oh, you're ill, boy.
Yeah. Lead poisoning. Can I sit down, please?
By all means. Here.
Thanks.
Get a doctor, Denny. Quick. This boy's been shot.
No doctor's gonna help me, mister.
Nonsense. Let me look at the wound.
Bad, huh? But let me tell you why I come. I seen the guy that killed poor old Sam.
You did?
Yeah. I wasn't sure, so... Well, I trailed the guy that...
Go on.
Just hurts, mister.
Who was the man?
A hood from...
Hey, call Dr. Gotham, sir. He'll be here in a moment. Never mind, Denny. He's dead.
Dead, sir?
Yes.
Oh.
Another casualty in our war against the Nazi murderers. He died on the home front, Denny. He won't get any medals, but...
Poor fellow, sir.
We've got work to do. No time for sentiment. Just called it an accident.
But,
And this morning, someone else is taking his place. Quick, isn't it?
I don't understand.
I'm beginning to.
It's all very Excuse me. District Attorney talking.
Peterson calling from Montreal. The Canadian authorities have turned Kroger over to me.
Good, Peterson. Take a plane. Bring him here tonight. Criminal Courts Building, my office.
Right, sir.
We've extradited that escaped Nazi flyer. He's being brought here tonight.
Yeah?
Yes, I want to question him. He had help when he escaped last month, and we've got to find out who and what.
Tell me, do you think it's safe?
Of course. I'll have the place so well guarded a stray breeze couldn't get in.
Yeah. I've got an idea.
Yes?
Suppose you don't station any extra guards.
Why?
Tap is already baited. That's why they got rid of the beggar. They know about Kroger. If we scare them off now, we may never be able to get a lead on them again. On the other hand, if we leave the way open for them,
Yes?
we may be able to kill two birds with one stone. Or perhaps I should say, two rats.
Exactly what do you mean?
Listen. Tonight, when Kroger is brought here, we'll arrange it so that...
Pencils, shoelaces, pencils, and shoelaces. Yeah.
You been on watch all day?
Yeah.
They come yet?
Yeah. Kroger and a detective.
Swell. Me and the boss are going up now. Get the rest of the boys together and follow us. But don't let nobody see nothing, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, fella. Keep your eyes open.
My theory, Mr. District Attorney, is that Hitler is a lovely example of an incomplete reincarnation. Originally, he was intended for a rat, you see, but something slipped up. He has the soul and mind of a rodent, of course, but unfortunately...
For heaven's sakes, Denny, spare us.
They haven't come yet.
Never fear, dear. They'll show up. Denny, take that derby off.
It's my disguise, sir.
Yes, but we know you're not a detective. The sight is appalling.
As you wish, sir.
There we are now. Put your derby back on, Denny.
Come in. Oh, hello, Mr. Chandler.
Good evening. Down, Rex, down. I thought I'd drop by and inquire about that Nazi flyer. I took the precaution of bringing my bodyguard with me. You don't mind?
Of course not.
Is the Nazi flyer here now?
Of course. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you can't see. Yes, he's sulking over there in the corner.
Surely you're not here alone with him.
No, there's a detective here with us. Nevertheless, I don't think you should stay.
Why?
We expect to be attacked at any moment.
By whom?
Nazi agents.
Really? Well, what preparations have you made?
Hey, boss.
What is it?
That guy in the derby, the detective. I seen him before someplace. He wasn't no detective then.
Oh, nonsense, my good man. I mean, I'm a plainclothes flatfoot from Center Street. See, partner?
He's a phony. This is a frame, boss.
Go to work.
All right, fellas. Reach for the roof or this baby cannon goes off.
Mr. Chandler, I don't understand all this.
That aviator Kroger is urgently needed by the fatherland.
What do you mean?
The Third Reich has no use for them. That is, see, they have use for airmen. We have no intentions of letting you imprison them.
Chandler, you're a Nazi.
I'm proud of it, you poor fool. Kroger, you're returning to Germany. Turn around, man.
How did you know he had his back to you?
Because he can see as well as you can, D.A. I've got you covered, Mr. Bodyguard. Drop that gun.
Drummond, you were Kroger.
Yes. I'm afraid this German uniform misled you.
Yeah? You can go to...
Only an arm wound. I'm afraid you'll have to be hanged, my friend.
Then Chandler's not blind.
Of course he isn't. I knew that the first time we met.
How did you know?
Quite simple. That dog there. He called it Rex. Referred to it as him.
That is the dog's name, my friend.
Precisely. You said it was a seeing eye dog, thereby explaining its presence and proving your blindness. You overlooked one little fact, however.
Which was?
All seeing eye dogs are females.
Oh, I say, sir, how fascinating.
So I knew our Mr. Chandler was a phony from the beginning.
But those shots, the attempt on his life.
Equally phony. His bodyguard helped him put on that little entertainment.
You're talking through your hat.
I'm afraid not. The dog proved that.
But the dog did nothing during the shooting.
Exactly. That's what made me suspicious. If you remember, he growled at our entrance. If the assassin had been a stranger, surely he would have growled again.
You're right,
He didn't. Therefore, I knew the man behind the gun was no stranger. Chandler's bodyguard filled the bill.
My apologies, Captain Drummond. I took you for a fool. You're not. And now, go get him, Rex.
How are you, Drummond? He left at my throat, but I beat him off.
Chandler and that thug ran out with a dog.
We've got to go after them. Good heavens, there's a gang outside. Lock that door. May not be much good. It's half glass, but... They've shot the glass out. Get down the floor. They'll see you if you stand.
What next, sir?
I won't rush us while I've got this gun, and at least while they think I've got a gun.
What's wrong?
Oh, the bloody thing's jammed. Useless. There's nothing to stop them from just walking in if they knew.
Captain Drummond, I should advise against resistance. You'll only be killed.
What do you offer if we surrender?
A quicker death.
How'd you like to go to blazes? And don't forget, there are 6 bullets in my gun, and I'll take some of you with me. Where does that window lead to?
Roof of the next building, but we can't get to it. It's in full view in the door.
Yes, they shoot us down.
Captain Drummond, sir, I'm nearer the window than either of you.
You'd never make it.
Well, sir, if I don't, look me up in my next incarnation.
Denny, I won't permit it.
Cheerio, sir.
Back to the smashing climax of our mystery in just a moment.
Every course counts these days. So more and more, I'm looking to my desserts to furnish a lot of the food essentials my family needs. A nourishing dessert gives the most sensible and appealing finish to a meal.
Yes, and of all the desserts you could choose, probably none is more healthful and enjoyable than ice cream. Horton's ice cream, for example. Horton's ice cream contains vitamin A, the vitamin that helps guard against infection. It also gives you vitamins B1 and G. Minerals, too, including calcium, to help keep bones and teeth strong. And there are energy-producing elements in Horton's ice cream. It's real food, folks, and mighty delicious, too. Every smooth, rich serving. So do this now.
Put Horton's ice cream on your list to help you plan attractive, nourishing wartime menus.
For Horton's, Hortons, spells nourishment in its most delicious form. It is late at night. We left Drummond, Denny, and the district attorney trapped in an office at the criminal court building. Denny decides to sacrifice his life in a desperate dash for the open window.
You'll never make it.
Well, sir, if I don't, look me up in my next incarnation.
Denny, I won't miss.
Cheerio, sir.
Did he make it?
I can't tell.
They're going to rush us.
I know. Where is the door behind the desk, please?
The corridor, a little farther down, that's all.
We'll have to chance it. I'm going to throw this chair at the door. They're watching. Then we make a dash for the other, right?
I'm with you.
Here goes, then. Come on. This way, to the stairs. No good. Somebody's down there. Up the stairs, D.A.
Right behind you.
We're up at the top of the building.
Which way now?
I don't know.
They went up this way. Come on.
We can't wait, I'm afraid. Let's try this corridor here. Oh, dead end, D.A. We could get into one of these rooms. They're locked.
I'm winded, Drummond. I can't run anymore.
Buck up. No place we can run to anyway.
They'll find us in a moment.
Yes. That bookcase along the wall. What part of the building is it?
Legal department, library.
Strange place to die. But you can't see the top of the bookcase from here, can you?
No, it's too high. Why?
There may be room on top for us to climb up there. Maybe they won't find us. It's our only chance.
It's a slim one, Drummond, but you go ahead. I could never get up.
Nonsense. Here, I'll give you a hand up. Come on.
What? There you go.
Room up there for me?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, here I come.
Come on.
It's quite a climb. This bookcase isn't very solid, is it? I only hope it doesn't collapse too soon.
I could have sworn they went this way, but I don't see them. Well, they must be here somewhere.
Ain't in none of them rooms. The doors is locked. There wasn't in any of the other corridors.
We've got to find them.
Sure, we got it, but how?
We'll find them. Go on, Rex. Find them, boy. Find them.
Hey, he's picking up the trail.
Be quiet. Go on, Rex, boy. Go on.
Hey, you hear that?
The police.
Yeah, I'm screaming every man for his son.
Wait, we can't let these can't do it. Let go of me. These men must be killed. I told you, let go.
That does it. Now to get down before this thing breaks down under us. Let me go first, dear.
Right.
My dog is here. He means business.
The police will be along in a moment.
It'll take them a little time to round those rats up. Looks as if I'll have to tackle that dog barehanded and take my chances.
I don't like this. There's someone coming, Drummond.
Be careful, Denny. The dog's here. Have you a gun, Denny?
No, sir, never carry one.
That dog may attack you.
Oh, no, sir. Here you are, puppy. There you are. You can come down now, sir.
Well, I'm certainly glad to be back on solid land again, eh, dear?
Definitely. But, Denny, how on earth did you quiet that dog?
Well, you see, sir, seeing as how I might be one of them myself in the future, I sort of have a tender feeling for them. I suspected the animal was hungry, sir, and after calling the police, I stopped in at a restaurant. Well, I picked up a lamb chop. Oh. So that's what he's working on now, sir.
A lamb chop? Denny, you're incredible.
Oh, not at all, sir. Here, puppy.
We got them all, Drummond. The ship's scheduled to boot.
Good. Clever idea there, sir. Posting beggars to watch government buildings all day. Arouse no suspicion that way.
Pardon me, sir, but could and couldn't what?
What on earth? Oh, I see. You mean the first and second beggars they killed?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's very simple, Denny. The first one, Sam, could see. The second one couldn't. Sam was a phony beggar who pretended to be blind and was killed because he saw too much. That gave me my first inkling of the truth.
You mean you knew he wasn't blind?
Yes. At the morgue, when we looked over his belongings, we found a chamois cloth among them. Now, only a man who needed to keep his glasses clean would carry that around with him. A man who had sight.
Oh, chamois, that's an animal, isn't it, sir?
Yes, Denny. A sort of graceful goat.
Really, sir? Now, I wonder who it might have been.
Bulldog Drummond will be back in just a moment. First, if you're going to serve ice cream for dessert tomorrow evening, you may be counting on running out to get it just before dinner. But if you buy Horton's ice cream in the handy ice tray pack, you won't have to do that. Because by getting the ice tray pack, you can buy Horton's ice cream when you do the rest of your marketing and keep it until dinner. You see, the ice tray pack is especially made to fit right into the freezing compartment of your refrigerator. It keeps the ice cream firm and delicious for hours. So make tomorrow night's dessert a convenient and tempting dessert. Make it Horton's ice cream. Say the delicious vanilla, orange ice, and strawberry combination. Horton's ice cream in the handy ice tray pack. And now here's Bulldog Drummond to tell us about next week's story.
Next week, Denny and I join a traveling circus, which seems to be running into a series of costly murders. How we trap the dangerous killers makes for one of the most thrilling experiences of my career. Be sure to be with us.
And so into the night walks Bulldog Drummond, seeking new adventure and excitement. Join us next week at the same time when Horton's Ice Cream brings you Bulldog Drummond in another thrilling mystery. This is Dan Seymour saying goodnight for Horton's Ice Cream.
Welcome back. Well, in an unusual case where the sidekick saves the day. Although, after being incredibly annoying with the reincarnation fixation this week, I also didn't quite think that during the war that restaurants had lamb chops that readily available with meat shortages and such. Plus, it would take time to prepare. They're not just going to give it to you raw. But that might also be a case of rationing complicating the plot, because Denny could go to the restaurant and buy a lamb chop in theory. However, it would make far more sense in most time periods for him to go to the store to get the lamb chop. And he wouldn't have even needed the shopping acumen of Dave Arnold to be able to locate it quickly and get back in time. But to get the lamb chop in 1942 would require ration points. And while I could believe Denny sacrificing his life to save Captain Drummond, red ration points are another matter. In all seriousness, most people probably didn't carry those around routinely if they didn't want to lose them. In terms of the clues, I think the cloth for wiping glasses is a great clue that the first beggar who was claiming to be blind was a fake. The second clue about the mastermind's dog being male when guide dogs were required to be female is something I'm not certain about. It's certainly not the case now. It may have been back then, but I can't find any record of that or, what the reasoning would have been. So if anyone's aware that there was a requirement for guide dogs to be female and what was the reasoning behind that, I would love to hear from you on that. Well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback, and we start over on Instagram. And Julie comments regarding the episode of Squad Room Ferris Wheel, which of course featured the discovery of a body, and them locating which car it was in. And Julie says, the one with the woman's finger sticking out of the side, he says calmly. I think that you would see that with a lot of professionals, law enforcement officers in real life. It wasn't something that you heard a lot during the golden age of radio, though I do think some of the New York programs of the mid to late 50s tended to be a little less delicate about some of these things. And certainly Squad Room, and we only have 5 episodes of that series, tended in that direction. They had another one, Body Found in a Plastic Bag, which was definitely a bit edgy and in the same way. Alright, well now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day. And I want to go ahead and thank Greg. Greg has been one of our Patreon supporters since January 2023, currently supporting the podcast at the shameless level of $4 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support, Greg. And that will do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And be sure to rate and review the podcast wherever you download it from. We'll be back next Tuesday with another episode of Bulldog Drummond, but join us back here tomorrow for Dangerous Assignment, where...
I try the door, it's open. Only light in the room comes from a small lamp on a desk near the open French windows. Merrick is sprawled out on the floor near the desk, a letter opener in his back. Yeah, he's dead. Then I hear a slight noise behind me. I jerk the lamp cord. As the slugs whistle past me in the dark, I dive across the room, roll in behind the sofa, and then the front door slams. I race down the hall, out into the street. Then I duck around the corner. Hey, why don't you watch me?
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.